Hello, and today I'm going to show you how to factorize quadratics. The quadratics we're going to be factorizing are going to look like the examples we have below. So the general form of a quadratic is going to be ax squared plus bx plus c. The example below, we've got x squared plus 7x plus 6, and in this one here, a is going to be equal to 1, b is going to be equal to 7, and c is going to be equal to 6. And following our steps on the right, next we need to find AC, and we get that by multiplying A by C, which is 1 times 6, to give us AC being equal to 6. And on this quadratic here, we've got A is going to be 2, B is going to be 7, and C is going to be 6. Again, we need to find AC, which is going to be 2 times 6, to give us AC equals 12. Okay, so let's factorize the first quadratic. So here we've got x squared plus 5x plus 6. So A is going to be 1, B is going to be 5, and C is going to be 6. Next we need to find AC, which is 1 times 6, which equals 6. And next we need to find factors of 6 that are going to add or subtract to give us 5. We can see that 2 and 3 are going to give us 5. So now we need to split the 5x into 2x and 3x. So we rewrite our quadratic as x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6. And now we're in section 3, so we factorize the 2 halves into x brackets x plus 2, and the second half into 3 brackets x plus 2. And on the final step here, we can see that x and x plus 3 are the parts that were split. So put those back together again, and we repeat the repeated bracket, which is the x plus 2. And that's our final answer. Moving on to our next example, and here we have a equals 1, b is going to be 6, and c is going to be 8. Next, we need to find factors of 8 that are going to add or subtract to give us 6. Two and 4 give us 6, so we're going to split the b term into 2 and 4. So we're going to have x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 8. Our next step is to factorize. So we factorize x squared plus 2x into x brackets x plus 2 close brackets, and 4x plus 8 into 4 brackets x plus 2 close brackets. And now we're in step 4, so you can see that x and plus 4 have been split. We'll put those back together again to x plus 4 in brackets. And the bracket that's been repeated, we're going to repeat again and write down x plus 2. And that's our final answer. And on to our next example. So in this one here, a is going to be 1, b is going to be 4, and c is going to be 3. And we need to find AC, which is going to be 3 in this case. And we need factors of 3 that are going to add or subtract to give us 4. And in this case, 1 plus 3 gives us 4. So we're going to split the 4x into x and 3x. So we have x squared plus x plus 3x plus 3. Next step is to factorize. We're going to factorize x squared plus x. That gives us x outside the bracket and x plus 1 inside the bracket. And we need to factorize 3x plus 3. That gives us 3 outside the bracket and x plus 1 inside the bracket. The next step now is to undo the split and repeat. So we can see x and plus 3 were split. So put them back together again. X plus 3 in a bracket. And the repeated section, the x plus 1, we're going to repeat again. And that is our final answer. And on to our next example. And here we have a is going to be 2. B is going to be minus 1, and C is going to be minus 3. Again, we need to find AC, which is going to be 2 times minus 3. So AC is going to be minus 6. Now we need to find factors of AC that are going to give us minus 6 when added or subtracted. Now one of these factors is going to have to be a minus, one's going to have to be a plus. So we can see that 2 minus 3 will give us -1. So our factors that we need to use are 2 and -3. And next we're going to have to split the -x into a 2x and a -3x. So we rewrite our quadratic as 2x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 3. And the next step is to factorize. So on the 2x squared minus 3x, we factorize out the x, and inside the brackets we have 2x minus 3. And then we have 2x minus 3. So we have plus 1 outside the brackets, and inside the brackets we have 2x minus 3. The final part is to undo the split. So we have x and plus 1 which will split. We'll put them back together again to give us x plus 1. And the repeated bracket will repeat again to give us 2x minus 3. And that is our answer. Moving on to our next example. This one here, a is going to be 6, b is going to be 4, and c is going to be -2. AC is going to be 6 times -2, which gives us -12. So we need factors of -12 that are going to add or subtract to give us a +4. We can see that 6 take away 2 will give us 4. So we're going to rewrite 4x as 6x minus 2x. So you know, with 6x squared minus 2x plus 6x minus 2. The next stage is to factorize. So we can factorize 6x squared minus 2x by taking out the 2x outside the bracket. And inside the bracket we have 3x minus 1. And we can factorize 6x minus 2 by taking plus 2 outside the bracket. And inside the bracket we have 3x minus 1. And to complete this now, we're going to do the opposite of splitting and repeating. So we can see the 2x plus 2 was split. So we'll put them back together again. And then we're going to repeat the repeated bracket, which is 3x minus 1. And that is our answer. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.